Okay, good morning friends. Let us start with the lecture number 3, that is unit number 1. The topic is channel assignment strategies. What is channel assignment strategies? You have to assign the channels to the particular user who requests the service. That is the function of channel assignment strategy. There are mainly two types of channel assignment strategy. One is fixed channel assignment strategy and dynamic channel assignment strategy. These are the two types. That is, one is fixed, one is dynamic. The fixed is nothing but that is stable, that is dynamic nothing but that is unstable. Most of the times we are using the dynamic channel assignment strategy nowadays instead of fixed channel assignment strategy. In the 1946 they are using the fixed channel assignment strategies. In the nowadays we are using the dynamic channel assignment strategies. What is mean? We'll see the one by one. What is fixed assignment strategy and second is dynamic channel assignment strategy. We'll see first one, that is fixed channel assignment strategy. The first point is what? In this strategy, the channels assigned to a particular cell are fixed and assigned permanently. You know the shape of the cell. That we have considered the shape of the cell is hexagonal. In that hexagonal cell, there is a number of clusters are there. Cluster is called as what? The group of cell having a disjoint frequency or non-overlapping frequency, that is called as a cluster. In that cell, there are whatever the channel assigned to a particular cell are fixed. It is not changeable. That is fixed. That is assigned permanently. If the number of channels are 8, that 8 channels are fixed for a particular cell. If the number of channels are 12, those channels are particularly assigned fixed to a particular cell. Whatever the channels assigned to a particular cell are fixed, it not be changeable. That is the process of channel assignment strategy. That is fixed. The particular cell are fixed and assigned permanently. If any user wants to make a call, if you consider, you can consider that if you want to make a call to the particular user, other end of the user, that is if the channel is available. If the channel is available, then and then only you can connect the call to the other end of the user. If the channel is available, then only your call will be connected. If the channel is not available, your channel will get disconnected. That is what the function of fixed channel assignment strategy. If a particular cell is having the 8 number of channels, all the 8 channels are allocated to other users. If no channel is allocated, if no channel is present in a particular cell, then and then only your call will get disconnected. That is, if any user wants to make a call, if channel is available in a particular cell, then only the user will call. Otherwise, your call will may disconnected. That is, if channels are not available in a particular cell, the call may get disconnected. That is, if the channels are not available in a particular cell, that is, call may get disconnected. Next, there is one more process. That one more process is what? If a particular cell is having a 8 number of channels, all the 8 channels are allocated to the other users. But the process is what? If other cell, that is adjacent cell, is having a number of channels of 12. If the adjacent cell having 2 or 3 channels are available in an adjacent cell, the process is what? You have to take those channels from, by using these channels you can make a call. That is, there is one more process to get the channels from the adjacent cell. This process is called a borrowing process. There is one more process to get the channels from a adjacent cell. If the channels are available in adjacent cell, then and then only you can borrow channels from a adjacent cell. That is called as borrowing process. Once the call get over, once you take that channels from the adjacent cell, and once the call will get over, the channel has been kept in a central pool. That channel will be returned back to the adjacent cell from where you were taken from. That is, once the call will get over, the channel has been kept in a central pool from where you were taken that channel. During this conversation, when the communication is in progress between one end of the user to the other end of the user, there should not be any disconnectivity. There should not be any disturbance in the call. That taking care will be done by MSC. That all will be monitored by mobile switching center. This process is called as fixed channel assignment strategy. The one more process is there, that is dynamic channel assignment strategy. In the dynamic channel assignment strategy, fixed we are using, the number of channels are allocated to the particular cell are fixed. But in dynamic channel assignment strategies, in this strategy the channels assigned to a particular cell are temporary. The particular cell is having a temporary number of channels, not a fixed number of channels. That is, the cells are temporary. If any call has been progressed, the request will be sent to the base station. But previously what they were doing, immediately that channel will be sent to the request will get to the base station also, that will request to the get to the MSC, but it will take a time. But in this process it will not take much of the time, because whatever the request has been sent, that is from base station to the mobile switching center. The mobile, after that, once the request has been goes to the MSC, the MSC will allocate a channel to the requesting user who requests the service. This user I request a channel for getting the call, that is to make a call. That is, the MSC will allocate a channel to the requesting user. Once the channel has been allocated, once the conversation will get over, the channel is returned back to the central pool. It has to be keep in the particular cell where it is taken from. That is, once the communication has done between the other two users, that channel will be kept in a central pool. That is a process. This process will have to accommodate more and more number of subscribers. This process is mainly used to accommodate large number of users, more and more number of users. This is what the process of channel assignment strategy. The most important thing is, it will get for 4 marks. Explain the concept of channel assignment strategy. In this, there are mainly two types. One is fixed channel assignment strategy, and second is dynamic channel assignment strategy. You have to keep in mind what is fixed channel assignment. That is, whatever the channel's assignment is, that is fixed. Dynamic channel assignment strategy is whatever the channels are allocated to the particular cell as temporary. This is the concept of channel assignment strategy. This is lecture number 1, that is topic number 3. And we'll see this next topic. The next topic is of lecture number 4 on unit number 1. The topic name is improving the capacity of a cellular system. How to improve the capacity of cellular system. That is, it has to be divided into mainly two types. One is cell splitting, one is sectoring. These are the mainly two types. That is, one is cell splitting, one is sectoring. How to improve the capacity of cellular system? The capacity of the cellular system can be improved by using two types. One is cell splitting, one is sectoring. We will see first one, that is cell splitting. What is meant by cell splitting? You have seen the cellular concept. Forget this internal part, internal cellular concept. You have to just see the outer layer of this cell splitting. This cells are having, that is cellular system. These are the particular cells are using a particular base station, particular frequency band, everything. But for improving the capacity of cellular system, what they have done, they are inserting again a cell in existing cell. They are inserting a cell in existing cell. You can see here. There is a cell, they are inserting one more cell over here. There is a cell, they are inserting one more cell in this, and there is a cell, they are inserting one more cell. That is what, to improve the capacity of a cellular system, you have to use the one more cell in the existing cell. That is what called a microcell, that is small cells. This cells is going to reduce the radius of a cell. If the radius of a cell is reduced, these cells are these cells are useful when you are moving from suburban to urban areas where the population is more. These cells are very useful. We'll see the definition of this. Cell splitting is a process of subdividing a congested cell into a smaller cells. What is meant? Cell splitting is a process of subdividing a congested cell into a smaller cells. This is what? Already existing cell, that is congested cell, into again smaller cells. That process, cell splitting, is a process of subdividing a congested cell into a smaller cells, each with its own base station. This base station is different, existing base station is different, and it is also demanding for the base station. That is, each with its own base station and corresponding reduction in the antenna height. Whatever the height of antenna of existing cell, it is again a decrease for the existing, that is already inserted cells. That is corresponding reduction in the antenna height. For that we can accommodate more and more number of subscribers. That is one of the advantage. This process is called cell splitting. Cell splitting is nothing but is a process of subdividing the congested cell into the smaller cells, each of with its own base station. This base station is different, this base station is different, so it is demanding for new base station of newly already existing, so that is inserted cells, and corresponding reduction in the antenna height. Next, cell splitting increases the capacity of cellular system since it increases number of times that channels are reused. Whatever the channels used in particular cell, and the channels will be used in the already existing cells and inserting cells. Number of channels are different in small cells, and the channels are different in already existing cells, and the number of channels will be reused in this cells also. Number of channels present in this cell can be reused in this cell, and the number of channels used in present in can be reused in this cell. That is, cell splitting increases the capacity of cellular cell. If you are reusing the number of channels more and more the times, that is, cell splitting increases capacity of cellular system since it increases number of times that channels are reused. This process is mainly depends on frequency reuse. This frequency reuse is nothing but, however the more and more number of channels can be reused, that is going to increase the capacity of a cellular system. That is the process of cell splitting. And next point, cell splitting is a cell radius reduction. It is a cell radius reduction. Whatever the radius present in a existing cell, that can be reduced again by the decreases the radius. That is cell radius reduction inserting into the already existing cells. It is existing, inserting one more cell. That is, existing cells is called a microcell. This process is, these cells are called as microcell. These microcells is having half of the radius. Whatever the radius present in this existing cell, it will have a half of the radius. That is one of the process. Next point, these smaller cells are demanding for a new base station instead of using already existing cell. I have told you previously, whatever the base station present in this existing cell, it not be using this base station. These smaller cells is again going to demanding for the new base stations. We want new base station for our services. That is one of the main advantage. That is, smaller cells are demanding for a new base station instead of using already existing base station. That is one of the advantage of this cell splitting. Next, the demand must be given to the smaller cell for urban areas. It is very important point. The demand must be given to the smaller cells for urban areas. These smaller cells, if the population is more, like Mumbai and Pune, if the population is more, the demand must be given to the smaller cells, because it has to cover less than 10 kilometers of a particular subscriber, less than 10 kilometers of the area. So the demand must be given to the smaller cell in the urban areas. Similarly, the demand must goes to the higher cells when user is moving from urban to suburban area. When the population is less in a particular area, that demand must be goes to the higher cells when the user is moving from urban to suburban areas. And from the figure, the cell A must have a higher capacity. From the figure we can see that is the maximum capacity, that is center of a cell, that is A, will have a maximum capacity, and this cell, it will cover 1/4 of the area. It will cover 1/4 of the area, and to cover the 1/4 of the subscriber. That is nothing but what, all the cells present in a particular cells are, if will have a maximum capacity. If one cell is covered 1/4 of the area, and everything will be covered by 1/4 of the subscribers. See the advantage of this, that is going to cover 1/4 of the area, so that we can accommodate more and more number of subscribers. That is the main concept of cell splitting. Second is sectoring. Sectoring is nothing but what? You have seen the shape of cell is hexagonal. What we have done here? You have divided this hexagonal cell. You have divided the hexagonal cell into the different types of cells. That is different sections. That is sectoring. Sectoring is nothing but whatever the base station is present. Mainly the base station is present at the center or at the edge of the cell. If the base station is present at the center of the cell, that is using omnidirectional antenna. Omnidirectional antenna radiates uniformly in all the directions. But if the base station is present at the edge of the cell, that is, a base station is radiates uniformly in directional antennas, that is in a degree wise, that is 30 degree, 60 degree, 120 degree, 360 degree. That is, the base station is present at the edge of the cell. That is, we are using the directional antenna. What you have done in sectoring, to accommodate more and more number of subscribers, to give the more and more services to the subscriber. As the population goes on increasing, they have divided the cell into the sectoring. That is 360 degree, that is cell 1. 120 degree, the particular hexagonal cell is divided into 3 cells, that is cell 1, cell 2 and cell 3. And the particular cell is divided into 60 degree, that is 6 cells, cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4, cell 5 and cell 6. So whatever, if the population is more, the cell is divided into more number of cells. If the population is medium, cell is divided into the 3 cells, that is 120 degree. If the population is less, the 1 cell is that is in 360 degree, 120 degree and 60 degree. That is the concept of sectoring. In this process, the omnidirectional antennas, which radiates uniformly in all the direction, is replaced by directional antenna, in which the base station is at edge of the cell. They are removing the base station which is present in the center of the cell. They are inserting, instead of using the base station in the center of them, they are started using the base station at edge of the cell to cover more and more coverage area, give the more and more services to the subscriber. This is what the concept of improving the capacity of cellular system. One is cell splitting and one is sectoring. This is very important point. It will ask for 8 marks. You have to concentrate on this topic. Thank you.